If I take the example of Dirac, do you think we would have discovered antimatter without if Dirac had not given the equations?
I'm almost certain that we would have discovered it. How long it would have taken to theoretically make sense of it, I'm not sure. So, as you know, like in Dirac's story, like he just wrote down some equations to describe the electron, and it felt like he had this opposite charge thing which was showing up necessarily, and he couldn't make sense of it. He thought, okay, there's a Dirac C and so on. And it was a puzzle for a while. But I mean, of course, like experimentalists went out and found the positron. And even if Dirac hadn't written his theory, I'm sure experimentalists would have done that experiment. Right, it seemed like a very natural experiment to do, and experimentalists keep trying things of this type. I'm pretty sure they would have discovered something with positive charge that's equal to the electron in mass, and then it's a question of how people would have made sense of it. I'm sure, like in this situation, like you can figure out all the quantum numbers by simple experiments, and then someone would have had the idea that okay, we should pair this thing with the electron. It didn't have to be the case that Dirac had written this weird theory beforehand and made a prediction. I'm not even sure he really believed in that prediction. But it sort of obviously fit together after we had the particle, and we kind of understood quantum electrodynamics as it is. But this is a situation where it could have gone either way, and I think that is just a historical coincidence that he came up with it before. It could very likely have been that the experiment came first.